So I think we are in a time now where we are really being faced with our shadow. Like, we used to be able to coast, we used to be able to suppress the shadow and kind of get on with our lives. Now it would manifest in other ways, like where it would still sabotage our relationships. It would create disease in the physical body, all that kind of stuff. But I think with the transits, the astrology transits now that we're experiencing and will be experiencing, just with all those other planets going into the signs that they're going into, all the fire and air signs, and how they'll be aspecting each other. It's forcing all that's kind of hidden in the subconscious to come up to the surface to be dealt with. So how that looks is, we're really seeing the blind spots and the shadows in other people, and then obviously we're reflecting that back at each other, right? So yeah, we're all basically mirrors to each other now, and it's like people more than ever are getting triggered. They're extremely judgmental, but this is like, again, that's projection. That's the shadow being projected outwards. It's an amazing time to do the work on yourself, because there's just so much material there that's coming up to the surface, where, before, in other times, it would have been harder the shadow was so in the dark and covert, where it's really coming up to the light now to be integrated. If you're able to just, look at it, which can be obviously extremely uncomfortable. But I mean, I see everywhere I look, I can see people's wounded inner children being activated, even on, like, especially on that world stage, and politicians and all of it, right? So, obviously part of that work is our patterns, seeing those negative karmic loops that we're caught in. Again, I think this is all the transits are really helping us see these karmic connections, these karmic loops, and it's they're coming in fast and hard now. These soul lessons, these karmic connections and experiences. But only, you have to see them, right? You have to be conscious and aware of your patterns. So I'm finding it so interesting, especially these past few months. I have had a lifetime of dealing with karmic stuff. That's just, I decided to come in here and really, deal with a lot of my karmic baggage, right? But I really see it, but I'm really noticing my pattern, so it's helping me like change the pattern. So, and again, this is why I love astrology, because the birth chart very clearly shows these kind of negative patterns that we come in. We do not come in as a blank slate, by the way. We have many lives, and it's an evolutionary journey that our soul is going through. It's a continuation. So, the Pluto in the birth chart, I love studying Pluto, because Pluto is our soul. It's our unconscious material. It's all our unconscious patterns. So when you study Pluto in the birth chart, you can uncover and reveal all of your the patterns that you're trying to change and break in this lifetime, and the wounds and karma that you're trying to heal and close off. But yeah, this is what. It's so powerful with astrology. It shows us the pattern between like Pluto, Saturn, and the nodes, and Chiron and Black Moon Lilith. All of those placements in your chart will reveal so much about what's going on in your on an unconscious level that's driving your actions, what's keeping you stuck, but also what's your gifts and talents. They all point to your core wounds. Like Black Moon Lilith is actually that's the dark feminine within you. That's the unrepressed, untamed, wild part of your soul. That is the shadow, because that's the part of us that tends to not be accepted by society or groups or whatever it may be. And that's the part of ourselves that we repress. So even if you just study Black Moon Lilith, you'll get a lot of amazing information to how you can integrate your shadow just from that placement alone. But anyway, so we are in So yes, we're in very interesting times, and I really believe the great work is the inner work, is going on the inner quest, and astrology, especially evolutionary astrology, is the most powerful tool, I feel, for delving into the psyche. And like just getting information that you could take years in talk therapy that you would never uncover. And the birth charts, if you look at it through the lens of evolutionary astrology, gives it to you straight away. And tarot as well. I've even just tarot connects to your subconscious. So it's giving you all that hidden information that things that are the reason why you're repeating things, or you keep having to repeat these karmic loops. So with that being said, you get to break these patterns straight away. My purpose in this lifetime it was for me to go on my own journey of, delving into my the unconscious realm within myself, doing all that shadow work, or learning about it, understanding it, and my life experiences, cracked me open, forced me into situations that I had no choice but to go inward. And I'm really, really grateful for that, because I learned so much. And then I was able to start changing some of my own patterns. It's a work in progress, but I've definitely come a long way, and I am equipped now to help and to guide other people. That's part of my life's work, is to do it myself and then help other people do it as well. And like I said, we're in times now where it's not a maybe, it's a definite thing that you have to do, and time will show that more and more. But anyway, if you would like a coaching session with me, and we will look through if you would like to have a coaching session with me, and we'll actually dive deep into your chart from that evolutionary lens, not just finding out the difficult stuff, but we'll find out the good stuff too. What your gifts and talents are. And mostly what happens is your innate gifts and talents are hidden behind those patterns and the karma and the wounding. So as soon as you start unwrapping all of that within yourself and through the birth chart, then the gifts, you get the gifts behind it then as well. So that's the beauty of all this work. And you just start to have better relationships. You just start to have a healthier and much more fulfilling life. And also you start to find out what is your purpose, what fills you up. That's all part of it as well. So anyway, book a session with me if this sounds good to you.